So, Henry Cavill, you see it on the screen, but I'm gonna zoom it for myself and read it. So, Henry Cavill 9 hours ago, so exactly when I went to sleep, right? He said, some news got ahead of us last week, but we wanted to wait a quick beat for the dust to settle. Some deals to finalize and, if nothing else, now confirm some rumors. Firstly, Natalie Viscuso and I are indeed bringing on Mike Flanagan to write the Warhammer live action series. We have already been working with him to craft the creative, and we are making some considerable advances in story. As the fans will know, it's an absolute monster to wrestle, but Mike's extraordinary talents are helping it take form wonderfully. Secondary, yes, we have also brought United Artists into the fold. They have such a deep wellspring of experience and talent that it was an easy decision to partner with them, especially after my experience with them on Highlander. Finally, we're also working closely with Dave Wilson, John Orloff, and Blur Studio on the newest secret level animation, which will devote a whole season to Warhammer 40,000 specifically. The Death Watch. Dave has proven to be a master at his craft. He's the lead on the project, and we are supporting his titanic efforts and helping things line up with the overall universe plan. Importantly, some of you have been asking if I will still be starring in the lead role in the live action TV series. Rest assured, I most certainly will. Who that character is, however, shall remain a secret for now. As a combined force, and with the god.
Eisenhorn.
What?
Eisenhorn.
No.
No.
F no, Matty, to that, and I'm gonna explain again why. As a combined force and with the good folks at Games Workshop, we are all working tirelessly to bring you the best, most Warhammer universe that you could possibly imagine. Yes, Henry Cavill. Amazing. That's it.
If I ever get a chance to have interview with Henry Cavill, I was asking, what about the female custodians?
Yeah, no,
No.
we're gonna put him in a very tight spot.
Yeah, well,
So we have to break this all down, and of course I say no to Eisenhorn because he specifically, Henry, was asked for about this like years ago, and he said that if he plays one character, he leaves everybody else out, and he wants to play a bigger character. He literally said that.
yeah.
So he responded to the Eisenhorn thing. I kind of doubt that he's gonna change his opinion.
Maybe Tom Cruise is Eisenhower. A very short Eisenhower.
A very short one. That's all rumors about Tom Cruise, though.
Yeah,
so you know,
If Dan Abernett is involved, there's a good possibility that they may have convinced him to do otherwise. Just saying. Just saying.
I doubt it. He literally said, "I leave out Primarchs. I leave out."
He wants a bigger character.
And I think that he's thinking like I am thinking. So, okay.
So if he's not going to play Eisenhorn, and he's leaving out Primarchs.
No, he said that I'm leaving out Primarchs if I play
else,
somebody else. He's not leaving out Primarchs as in I'm not playing them. He says that he's gonna be they're technically leaving them behind if he chooses a smaller character. That's what he meant. So yeah. So I'm definitely not subscribing to that. Okay, let's break this down though. We have to break this down. So Logan.
Yeah.
You have researched who is who here. So
most of the people.
Yeah, most of the people. So Natalie Viscuso.
Well, he works with her as a producer on the series, so nothing bad about her that I could find out.
Yeah,
so far, United Artists. He works with them for the Highlander. That's a studio, and I wonder now that he brings them in. What control will they have in that actually? So how is it going to work with Amazon and another type of studio? But they listened to him because he was the one who told them, we should bring Russell Crowe as the in the role of Ramirez for Highlander.
Yeah, he has creative
control.
say on Highlander as well.
Yeah, and they are a proven studio actually, United Artists. So I think that would be really great.
Yeah. Also, Henry is he's the Kevin Feige of the Warhammer universe.
So he decides who to bring in.
Yes.
in a way.
No, not in a way. He does.
Okay.
He does. Everything that we know so far, we know that he has full creative
What about
freedom.
Amazon? What do they?
I mean, he's the lead.
Okay.
I mean, Disney is the lead. I mean, they're the bosses
the
of Kevin
studio.
Feige, but Kevin Feige is deciding all kinds of crap. So
Alright.
really crap as well, like literal crap, and sometimes great things, but most of the time, lately crap. I mean, he didn't bring other people to decide great things like Ryan Reynolds to make great Deadpool movie or Tom Holland to make this, to make some creative decisions for Spider-Man. Now we're going to have a ton of crap.
Totally.
Anyway,
Now, on to Dave Wilson and John Orloff and Blur Studio. Now, for them, I needed a bit more research, so I had my information right
you have
here.
your trusty information on your
Yes.
hand.
Now, Blur Studio, first of all, of course, we know about Blur Studio. That's the American CGI animation studio and a visual effects design company, which is co-founded by Tim Miller. Tim Miller, who is the director of Deadpool, and I think it was which Terminator was it? I think it was Dark Fate. Yes, with questionable success, but still. Now, he also, along with Blur Studios, he created the Netflix award-winning anthology Love, Death Plus Robots, which I haven't seen. I just
But
heard
it's critically
stuff about
acclaimed.
it. Yeah, critically. I haven't heard anything woke about that show. I just heard that it's okay. Mati, have you seen it?
No.
No, right. Some guys in the comments will tell us if you have seen it, but I didn't find anything specifically, let's say, woke about that show. What about Tim Miller, for that matter? Which is interesting. Okay, so that's the company, of course. That's the company that created and the Secret Level, the CGI level. Now,
and that was amazing, yes.
Blur Studios are
Secret Level was
contributing to CGI environments for the Avatar movies.
Oh,
No,
that's
not the Last
amazing.
Airbender. The Avatar.
James Gunn, James Cameron, Jesus Christ.
Of course, to Deadpool, which again directed by Tim Miller, Sonic the Hedgehog movies, Man of Steel.
Ooh.
Man of Steel. So here we make the connection again with Henry, and probably that explains why we had some inspired action scenes from Man of Steel in the Sonic movies.
Oh yes, there is actually, yeah.
And
in the last one,
and in Avengers Age of Ultron,
oh,
among many others, of course. But here we have they have also won Best Animated Short Film in 2004 for the short Go for Broke. Haven't seen it, but still. But the other things are great. Of course, they also did things in cinematics for games, like in Halo, Halo 2 Anniversary. Star Wars: The Old Republic, a favorite of mine. Didn't know that they made.
That's a pretty rich portfolio.
Yeah. Call of Duty, League of Legends, Gears of War, Warframe, and many others.
That's pretty
now,
cool.
Of course, Tim Miller, as we said, is the co-founder and the director of Deadpool and Terminator Dark Fate it was now. So that's about Blur Studio, and we have even though we haven't watched the Love, Death Plus Robots or whatever that was, boy, that's a mouthful. We have seen the other things that they contribute to that we said here, at least the Avatar and some of the other movies, and we have seen what they have done with Secret Level. And we have seen what they have done with Secret Level.
Just go.
So not just the episode actually that they made with Warhammer was great, but some of the other episodes were also great. Some of the other anthologies. I like the Mega Man one. I like the one with Arnold.
Oh yes, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was so there were many of those that were actually great. So I have no doubt that this will be great. Now, then we talk about Dave Wilson and John Orloff. Now, and I researched specifically to see if they have said some bullcrap somewhere along the line.
We have to research everybody, guys.
Yeah. Dave Wilson, of course, directed the Secret Level Warhammer episode,
which was again amazing.
Yes, and it's the supervising director of the show. Goldie will fall. Okay. Also, yes, co-creator and director of the new TV show that we'll have, the animated one, along with John Orloff, for which we're going to talk about in a bit. So, as we say, we know the series is focusing on the Death Watch, which makes me really excited. I love when you combine. It's like the Avengers of Warhammer, kind of. Combine different
Yeah, different from different chapters.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Oh, there is a guy from my chapter, and there is a guy from my chapter, and nobody's boo, and would be really really great. Now, let's see, what was it about? These are major cinema. Okay, now, so John Orwell, an American screenwriter and television creator and producer, of course, now mostly on miniseries about World War II. Now, so that guy is a World War II buff, as fine as I found. So the
so he
HBO.
has some military aesthetic in his head.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. That's very important. So the miniseries Band of Brothers, he directed, he wrote some of the episodes, and he won an Emmy for those, actually. Then Masters of Air from 2024, which I think I saw that it continues now. It's coming like something like a continuation with another name. That's an Apple TV Plus project. It's 9-episode limited series. The third entry in the Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg World War II trilogy. So he's working close with them. If he's working with guys like that,
that's pretty amazing. But
that
we
should
want
be
to get
something.
to Flanagan because
Yeah.
he's like the only issue here
Yeah.
basically is him.
So yeah, and again, as we said now, for John Orwell, mostly World War II buff, so he knows his military stuff. I think that will be a great addition, because
Yeah.
we need a guy who knows military stuff. I mean, for that one. Also, just not to forget, he adapted in the Legend of the Guardians, that animated movie with the owls. I haven't seen it, directed by Zack Snyder.
But it looked very visually striking.
It looks striking, yes.
I also
from what I
haven't
know,
seen it,
yes.
but yeah.
Now, so nothing worrisome about those guys. I checked; they haven't said anything. They just talk about their creative processes, working
they
with
should.
people like Spielberg and all the others, and they didn't say any woke bullcrap whatsoever.
Unlike Mike Flanagan.
Unlike Mike Flanagan. Now you get to this. So, okay, oh boy, now, so Mike Flanagan, which is this horror aficionado now, and I checked specifically also on some of the movies. Okay, so what did he say? Before 2024, he was kind of normal as far as I could find.
Yeah.
So, but then, becoming more political in his commentary, that happened November 2024, after Trump's re-election. Then
so he snapped.
He basically snapped, yes.
He snapped.
And he said now, he described the fall of the House of Usher, his project, as the first time he felt overtly political in his storytelling, and wanted to include more. And he said, I'm sorry that I didn't write more political things. I wanted it to be more.
Jesus
and
Christ.
he said it feels impossible to stay quiet today.
So he's a crazy leftist.
From what we see.
But the crazy leftist continues.
Now, he praised the genre's ability to deliver social messages, and by the genre we mean horror movies.
Yeah.
For example, and that was a big pitch. He did say those things, guys. I checked everything is quoted. So people come for the zombie movie, like for example, he said Night of the Living Dead, one of the very first zombie movies, the George Romero one, and leave thinking about racism in America.
No, we usually don't do that. We
From
just
a
watch a
zombie
movie.
From a zombie movie.
Yeah, this guy is crazy.
From a zombie movie. Anyway. Yeah. So he also stated, the endless gluttony of capitalism has been on my mind for years. Nothing he explored it in Usher and wants to continue. So in this Usher TV show or whatever he has there. Yes. On LGBT, alphabet people representation around 2020. A bit earlier. Regarding upcoming projects including Midnight Mass and the Midnight Club, he said it's something you're going to see more of as we get into the Midnight Mass and Midnight Club. It's a type of representation that's important to us as individuals, to us as fathers and husbands.
What is he saying?
And citizens of the planet, really.
No, he's brainwashed. He's very brainwashed.
Yeah, okay. Now, he shows The Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, Fall of the House of Usher, etc. frequently feature prominent queer characters and storylines, which progressive outlets have highlighted positively as international and well handled. Well, yeah. Now, he frames much of this as natural to horror's tradition of allegory.
No.
Right?
No.
Rather than didactic lecturing, but the statements above show clear progressive priorities around representation, anti-capitalist themes, and using genre for social commentary on issues like racism.
Can you not use it? Can you not?
Yeah. Now, I haven't heard of the other things. Haven't watched them. I do know about the movie Doctor Sleep with Ewan McGregor, about which was an adaptation of a Stephen King story. Mike Flanagan said that Stephen King is his biggest inspiration.
Who is also a crazy leftist.
Who is also a crazy leftist. Okay. So, Doctor Sleep, as far as I know, it's like a continuation of the Shining. It continues the story with characters from there. Nothing that is in your face in that movie, and we did have a fan written a comment when we talked first about Mike Flanagan that he watched Doctor Sleep, that it's good. He didn't see anything.
He didn't see any woke
So
stuff.
now my thinking is that this was because he was kept on a leash.
Exactly.
It's not his original project. He's just doing the adaptation of it, despite also King being, you know what. There is a black character in the movie, but it says in the book that she is written that way. So he just adapts what is there.
She's written black, or
yeah. That she's black in the book. She described as black. That's it.
That's not woke then.
No,
it's
exactly.
normal.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the whole point of we reading all of this and checking all the people that Henry Cavill's gonna work with and the company is for us to determine the biggest concern, which is Mike Flanagan. Basically, I mean, did any one of these guys did anything woke or said anything woke?
Yeah.
The bottom line is that besides Mike Flanagan, everybody else are normal.
Else is great. Yeah.
Now, Mike Flanagan, just like every other person that is hired for this, is going to be on the leash, and it's going to be on the Henry's leash. So if they didn't agree to follow whatever they're following, then he's not going to work there anyway. So I don't think personally, that's my opinion, of course, that Mike Flanagan is going to be able to interject his own political views into Warhammer. And he did already work on Secret Level, or what was it?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. No, he
I
did
think he
work
did.
on something, I think. Already.
No, it doesn't say.
Didn't we read that before the stream?
No. Tim Miller worked on that.
Tim Miller, yes. Tim Miller. Sorry.
And Dave Wilson and John Orwell. They worked with the Secret Level.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I did also talk with Chainsword, and he's very concerned about this, and he thinks that Mike Flanagan's gonna make Warhammer a lot worse and woke. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, I don't
so.
think that they will leave one person to lead the parade when Henry is there, and when you also have Dave Wilson and Tim Miller and everybody else. I really don't think. I think he just has a, let's say.
I think he's just there for horror and horror only.
Yeah.
I think he's just there for horror input, and I don't think there's going to be much room for him to inject woke anything. He might be like a Kathleen Kennedy was, where she's supposed to be taking notes, and then she'll interject something that has nothing to do with the plot of the movie, and he'll get dismissed. It'll be dismissed.
Yeah, that's exactly
what.
Might
throw ideas out in the meeting, but I doubt very seriously that Henry is going to let anything happen to this.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Let's not forget who has the control things. So I think he's hired just for his
experience,
horror knowledge. Yes, how he's writing the
his
things.
Perspective on horror.
Yes, he's there to do the job.
Exactly.
I think he needs the job. He knows it, and he says, "Well, nobody else is going to hire me because of my woke book. Let me just do the job." When those people do the job, actually, they can do it. This is not the Rings of Power, where you left those stupid screenwriters have all the saying, and they do whatever they want now for a third season and whatever. This is Henry's child, and he knows. Okay, Henry also actually has a good knowledge of horror. He played in one of the Hellraisers back in the days when he was probably 20 something. I don't know, so he dipped his toes even in that territory, and I think he knows, okay, I need a guy who is good in horror, and I can keep him on a leash. You know, otherwise, if he does something, he'll just sweep his mighty sword and
Hammer, the Warhammer. It's
Okay,
gonna hit him
hammer.
with the Warhammer. And of course, hi to Clayton and Siujo.
Kujo. Yes.
Kujo.
Kujo
Okay.
or Suju. One of the two. Yes.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Thanks. The glass are just for, you know, anti-blue light. So that's it. Okay. So basically, all the people that we checked are amazing.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah,
huge
indeed.
portfolio and when it comes to what they have done with movies and shows and whatever. So they're amazing. Mike Flanagan by himself is great in terms of horror. Now, I did come across this narrative, of course, because some other YouTubers are trying to push this so they can make videos about it. That when Warhammer went to horror territory, they had a book series that focused more on horror. It didn't sell very well. So if Warhammer goes in that direction, it's gonna be ruined or whatever. But that whole thing is literally a false narrative because it's the assumption is that Warhammer 40k is going to go in a horror direction just because we have Mike Flanagan there. No, he's there for the aesthetics that he does possess and can put on screen. Warhammer by itself has numerous of horror aesthetic. Like the whole thing is like freaking horror.
I think that will be he's there for the aesthetics.
Yeah, it's not
You're
for
right,
it's not because they will put jump scares or eerie whatever music and make it a horror movie. That has nothing to do. I mean, the only person that will say such a thing is somebody that just is grifting off Warhammer and they didn't read the lore and they don't know what they're saying because those same people still say that Warhammer is a satire setting. I mean, you laughed a lot when you read Horace Heresy, right?
Oh
It was
boy,
very satirical.
I'm laughing every day when I'm reading it. So
How
satirical.
stupid is that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my animated Female laugh now. Oh boy, yeah. I mean, yeah. It might started as a satire in the beginning, but
Not
that's
anymore.
In the beginning, not anymore. That evolved so much with the decades now.
If anything, is super serious all the time.
Exactly.
And even if there's no comedic moments, they actually are in some of the books. The only thing that I can that I can recall from all the ton of books that I went through from 40k and 30k, that last Archmagos Belisarius Skull book, what was that, Gene Father? There was a funny moment between him and Gilliman in the book. I really loved it.
I remember a moment now when
multiple funny moments with Paul.
Yeah, maybe it was.
I remember how one of the remembrances now in Horus Heresy was complaining about the Astartes smelling on sweat, and then and then another one was talking about Loken, and he said, "Does he smell sweaty?" And she said, "No, he actually smelled good, like nice oil and things like that." And he said, "You gotta make an acquaintance with him." So here we go. Yeah,
I mean that is how. I immediately think about how Xena Warrior Princess was written to compare it with Warhammer in the sense that in Xena there was some humor interjected here and there that was only there, so it goes with life, it goes with the context of what's happening, but that's it. There's some like strictly comedic episodes that are like 80% comedic maybe or 70%. Everything else is super serious. So that's how it is also in Warhammer. There's like little things here and there that just go with the particular scene. It's not supposed to change the tone. It's supposed to add some natural and organic interaction between the characters in that very moment. That's totally different than changing the whole tone or saying that the whole universe is now satiric, because it is freaking not. It is not. So those are like, that is another type of a commentary that I also want to interject here, because when I do my research for what other people are also doing, I just find these copy paste AI written scripts, and they also and they all say the same generic things, and they all quote old Warhammer information like from 20 years ago, that it was satiric and it was this and that that's no longer relevant or true. So I'm just like, what are you doing? Just deliver the information as it is. Don't try to stick it out of your fingers and make false assumptions.
Not to mention how many YouTubers were saying that this project is dead and all the other things like that. And here we go. Today we wake up with another announcement that everything is moving forward. But people guarantee
totally dead.
Yeah, people guarantee it's dead. It's radio silence, and we haven't heard a thing. Do you want to hear things every single day about it? Or I mean,
That
it's
was
a big project. It's a big
fabricated
project. Yeah.
bullshit. And back then I did cover what Endymion was spewing and Archieven was spewing then, that how it was absolutely cancelled and it's never gonna happen. And a few weeks later, Henry Cavill officially comes out on Instagram and Facebook, hey, it's happening. And just before that, Mr. H Reviews, who has nothing to do with Warhammer, but he did say that he has insider information at Amazon or GW or something. And
I think at Amazon.
Yeah, at Amazon, he said that the project is going forward. It's absolutely greenlit, and Arch is talking nonsense at the time. I covered all of this. It's on the channel, by the way, because I wanted to make sure that I'm covering whatever actual news they are, and whatever everybody else were pushing forward was based on absolutely nothing. Nothing but, of course, grifting on it. So deliver information first, and that's my priority.
Same thing is happening now with, people just get grift of, Mike Flanagan, but nobody focuses on the other people that we mentioned, which are great, working on great projects. They already proved themselves. If not with those projects, then specifically for Warhammer with the Secret Level episode.
Yeah, which was amazing.
Which was amazing. Yeah,
Amazing.
Of most of the episodes of this anthology we had there, this was, the best.
Yeah.
So they have proven themselves. Here we know what we're doing. This was like a preview. It was never kind of intended the idea here, this anthology. No, this was testing the waters to see which one of those anthologies would you like to see in a, separate show. And the people have spoken.
There we go. Yeah, astounding success they are reporting. So
Indeed,
hopefully that's true.
Just the fact that Mike Flanagan has said those things doesn't mean that really they won't keep him on a leash and just be able to use his talents as in horror, and doesn't mean that he will move the whole thing in his in his stupid vision. No, he'll just do the job, and that's it. Let's not forget, for example, that it wasn't, for example, when people say, well, Zack Snyder ruined the whole DC universe, that was the studio meddling, for example. But he was hired to be the director. Did he do a good job as a director?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. So maybe this guy will do the same.
It was amazing. So hi to Mindao Gas 64 as well. True. Hello. I'm happy that you found the stream.
Hey, Servana.
Saravana. Damn, didn't get any notifications video today. YouTube doing terrible job here. Well, I did post it on the community tab on the gaming channel that I'm streaming here. So at least how the Empress Logan. Also on the Discord, also announces there. Slightly read the Taos lore and now I understand why they're hated. Yeah. Had to postpone my trip to the cinema today due to the movie not showing in 2D at the appropriate time for me. Well, truth, hopefully you can get it later. Yes. You're talking about Spider-Man, right? Maddie, before we...
Empress.
Yes, continue. Continue, Matt, say what you want, and then I'm going to ask a question.
No. Ask a question. I had nothing to say.
Okay, so where... first, let Matty talk, because I'll have to... I'll talk a lot after that, probably. So, Matty, what do you think actually is going to happen with the Death Watch TV show? What direction do you think that they're going to take? And what direction do you want to see actually in the show?
So, as far as the Death Watch goes, if I understood this correctly, you said that they are going to do a Death Watch episode as a secret level.
Yes, but it's going to be a whole series.
A whole series.
It's going to be a whole series.
I understand it's going to be the whole series, but the whole series is supposed to be on Warhammer Plus.
No, this is this is with the Amazon crew.
No, this is for Amazon.
So this is for Amazon, yeah.
Okay, so it's not going to be on Warhammer Plus then.
It seems like it's not gonna be.
No, just for Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, because they're continuing. Secret Level was only on Amazon, and now they're continuing from there.
Right. But what I was under the impression that I was getting was that the lead episode will be a Secret Level episode, and then the series will be on Warhammer Plus.
No. Amazon.
I even read the Variety yesterday before I went to bed. The Variety article came out and also pointed out exclusively that it's going to be on Amazon.
Everything that I had saw was wrong. Okay, so as far as the Secret Level thing is concerned, we did have that Death Watch mini episode on Warhammer Plus.
Yeah.
And they did a limited release of it, and I think you can find it on YouTube. It looked, I mean, that was amazing. So I can only imagine that it's going to be even better. The direction that I'd like to see it go. There's a lot to be done in the Great Rift.
Yeah.
There's a lot of story there that they could be we could still be dealing with Cadia. My thinking, now that I'm running it through my sleepy brain, Darktide's really freaking popular right now. Why not have the Death Watch show up in Tertium?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
That would be great if they make them playable
Because
in the game. Yeah, for sure.
they're already talking about adding Admonition, which is the Chaos cult, the Nurgle Chaos cult. They tried to summon a great unclean one, and the rejects stopped them from doing it. But according to the data miners, there's going to be Nurgle
miners.
Terminators in the game eventually.
Oh, okay.
So it could be that the Death Watch shows up to fight them. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know.
All right.
There's a lot of directions that they could go with it. But if we're talking secret level and we're talking a gaming thing, I would think that it would be Darktide.
Oh.
Just me.
Okay, so about the Death Watch, well, yeah, that episode, first of all, that episode was very good. I'm pretty sure they could have a great idea. I don't have any, pretenses or whatever about what they could do with it. I'm pretty sure Henry has something epic in mind. So whatever he's doing, I'm literally, if I ever have to say I trust somebody in the
That
movie
would be him,
making, TV making business, that's gonna be him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mhm.
I really trust
Agreed.
him. Yeah, we do believe in Henry.
I mean, the main state Harry as hell for his Man of Steel, though, because he found a picture of Superman in the comic books and say he's Harry in the comics. So he's definitely much devoted. No, I'm joking, but still, he proved himself with.
That's the only thing that I don't agree with Henry.
he found a picture, though, right?
Anyway, why did he find a picture where Superman is not Harry? Eh? There's many more of that.
Yeah.
He chose that.
But
I do not agree with that
he
one bit.
proved himself with The Witcher. I mean, he literally had to leave the show because of the shenanigans there. So if when he loves the character and property, he will be up for it.
Now, one thing that people do not know is because, but we do know because we watched that. Henry is a big part of Enola Holmes, which is now having its third movie. And what this has to do with anything? Well, he's playing Sherlock Holmes there, the brother of Enola Holmes. And Enola Holmes is an added character that later got added by somebody else, some other writer.
Some woman wrote it because Sherlock Holmes is public domain, so you can do
whatever you want.
Yes.
So he's not the main character there. She is. But there are several things about the show. So
I can't wait to hear that take. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay.
Of course.
So, guys, the show is very much in the air in terms of woke levels. And Henry is there. But here's the thing that it's very interesting and nuanced. So the whole show is set up in an era exactly where actual feminism was needed. So from that perspective and the times that it was set in, this makes perfect sense. It should be this way. It was about, women having the right to vote. it is heavily integrated in the movie. It's not the main story, but the theme about it is revolving around this whole thing. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you the movie. The point is, there are some themes in this show, and there are some absolute wokeness as well that's not justified, and he is still a part of the project. Like for example, the freaking Moriarty,
who is not only a woman,
but it's
but
a
a
black woman.
woman.
So Moriarty is a black freaking woman. That's a spoiler, but who cares? You're not gonna probably watch this. From the third movie, Moriarty is there, and she's a black woman, and he is a black woman. And it's the ugliest actress ever put on screen. That is a black woman ever.
Just the fact
That's
really.
freaking scary.
Yeah,
Like she's
yeah,
freaking scary.
absolutely.
She's sinister incarnate with legs. That's how she looks like. She's even worse than Cynthia Erivo in terms of scary levels. She's even worse. Anyway, the point is, Enola Holmes has some absolutely justified things to be there. They should be there. It's not wokeness, it's what it was for the times. But then it does use that to push other things that are woke, and that particular element is woke. However, the silver lining, because there is a silver lining here, is that Sherlock Holmes is shown as a very competent guy, the best detective ever. So he is still the best detective ever. He's still presented like this. And Enola Holmes is the one that tries to reach this level and to be as good as her brother and prove herself the whole time, which she does do, but he's still presented as the best.
He's still competent. Yeah.
And
people still know who he is. People still hire him for the cases and things like that.
And it's very good representation of his character.
Yeah. I would watch a movie about the Sherlock Holmes with Henry any day.
So he is manly, he is smart, he's not diminished because of her or anybody else. And Henry plays him amazing too.
I think that's why he agreed, by the way.
Yeah, and they also increase his role. So in the first movie, he doesn't have so much of a role. In the second, he has more of a role. In the third, he has even more of a role in the movie.
His biggest role is in the second, I think.
The second or in the third?
In the second.
The second,
where they did things together. So true, because he said I watched the first but skip the second. Skip the first, watch the second. Henry is there the most. They're doing things together. They work as a team as it should be. It is Sherlock Holmes, and important note, he is also like that in those books of Enola Holmes, written by some woman there, I forget her name, but he's again written as Sherlock Holmes. It's nothing like he's not this emotionally unstable man that they write most of the men today and things like that.
But he's not. He's
not. He's written as he should be. Well, in the books also Moriarty is still a man, so that's Netflix shenanigans over here about that. But really, the character is kept intact, and I think that's why Henry actually agreed to.
So to sum things up, this to me means that he will not agree to diminishing male roles in any case. So I think that we can take Enola Holmes at least as an example that he didn't actually crush his principles to be there, because again he played a great role. And that's it. That's really it. What I can take away from
she does the things by a different way than him, so everybody has that role. This is like, Batman Beyond, like with Terry McGinnis and Bruce Wayne, when actually Bruce is the better detective. Terry is not so much. He knows he's smart, he's competent, but the true detective there doing the detective things was actually still Bruce. And here you have that, and Terry is inspired by that, and here you can see she's trying to reach that level.
Yeah, they don't make her like a Mary Sue.
No.
That just knows everything. And she's better than her brother. There's no such thing.
She solved the case before him in the first movie, but only because she stumbled upon them. She was literally there. She didn't solve the mystery. She was just there.
She was part of it.
Yes.
Technically.
Yeah.
She was part of it.
Yeah.
She was almost the victim of it as well.
He solved it with his mind before. He solved everything again by deducting. He went to the police. He said this, and this. You gotta arrest this.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
she just stumbled upon everything. She was in the middle of things. That's it.
But still, that's how she learned to smash her face in the pavement the first few times she can learn what not to do and what to do. So both characters are great. So from what point of view, that's why we actually watched the 3 movies, because they were worth it overall. But that thing, what they did with Moriarty, should be criminal offense. Okay. Totally. Now, okay, so we talked about what Henry Cavill could do with this. Animated series, maybe it's gonna be easier to spear forward from one hand, but he's also doing the other thing in the background, the live action, which is gonna be way more complicated. So he basically hires people that he can direct where to go and what to do, and they're starting on that so he can focus on other things. But we are going to say it right now on the record that we absolutely do not believe that anything woke is going to be interjected while Henry is there. Besides the female custodies, if they're ever included. We do know that is his favorite faction. That is my favorite faction as well. So if they show a female custody, that is just going to be because they're part of the setting and they already figured that part out, I guess. I mean, I checked the timeline, and female custodies were announced that they exist before the deal was struck. It was just a few months before the deal was struck, so they were actually a thing before the deal was struck.
Yeah.
So they could be included. But besides that, I don't think that there's ever going to be any lecturing
No.
or any of the sort in the new shows.
I really don't think that he'll let this happen. So
even in the books, when we have woke things in the Warhammer books, that is just reduced to a line here and there, like for the orcs, for example, that there was a conversation in one of the books for the orcs that they didn't have any gender and stupid stuff like that because they're mushrooms, but they do identify as boys and they look like boys, I mean men. But that was a stupid line just interjected, and the whole book had nothing like that. So this is just 0.000.1% of the whole thing. The same thing with Necrons and Necron books, where they discuss having a gender. I'm like, well, what are you talking about?
And the orcs too.
I did say the orcs just now.
You said Necrons.
And now I said I just talked about the orcs, man. You're next to me. You gotta listen to me. What I'm saying. I just talked about the orcs, and now I'm talking about the Necrons. No. Now I'm saying about the Necrons. So the Necrons talking about gender. They don't even have souls. They don't have sexual preferences. They don't have anything sexual. Like, what are you talking about? That was stupid. So I covered all of that before. Again, it's reduced to a line. It's extremely dumb, but this is that. And the female custodies were pooped on already by GW themselves by presenting them as emotional beings, which is so dumb and so stereotypical. So they're just making them a lot worse, making them emotional women. They're not supposed to be at all anything of the sort. Even if they're women, they still have to be stoic and everything. But when you read one of the last books, actually, I have it here. God. Oh, that's my stream. Hold on, that's my own stream.
You have that also here.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to read the comments. So, yeah, if you read Ashes of the Imperium, which I still have to finish, the custodies are, the custody woman is guarding the door where Gilliman is, and she is like holding the feelings behind the ra. It's like so ridiculous. Like, what holding the feelings? She's sad about the Emperor. Come on. I mean, it's I'm paraphrasing here, but she's described as having to hide her emotional wreck that she is on the inside, which is just dumb.
Yeah.
That's not custodies. Yeah. So even though GW want to interject the female custodies, they're ruining them. They're not making them any better. They're making them worse. So if there's anything interjected here in the Henry Cavill show, I'm sure it's gonna be them just being there, and that's it. It's not going to be on the nose or in your face or anything like what it is in the book, because that's just sad. And there's super huge mystery that we shouldn't forget about, which is Pandemonium, the book that Dan Abnett is writing, and it has been delayed for like a year, around a year now, because it's said to contain actual connection to the Warhammer series that are coming out. So that's very interesting. That's just very interesting. I'm not even sure if that book is 40k or 30k. So whatever they're doing, if we know if it's 40k or 30k, then we're going to know in which direction they're going to go, if they're going to start with 30k. That's been a big question to everyone. There's something here specifically that I want to focus on. Then we're gonna get to your comments, guys, in the chat. Okay, let me see. I we're working. Oh, okay, so the role. So what we can take away from this is the role that Henry is gonna play is set, but it's gonna be remaining a secret for now. So importantly, some of you have been asking if I will be starting in the lead role in the live-action TV series. Rest assured, I most certainly will. Who that character is, however, shall remain a secret for now. So he decided, but we don't know. That's great that he knows. So
He knows it.
okay, consider advance in the story. Fans will know an absolute monster of to wrestle. Yeah, because it's huge. But Mike's extraordinary talents are helping it take from to take form wonderfully. So he is referencing his talents. So again, that is why Mike Flanagan was hired. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason. And he will have to leave his stupid politics at the door. Secondly, yes, we have also brought United Artists into the fold. They have such a deep wellspring of experience and talent that it was an easy decision to partner with them, especially after my experience with them on Highlander, which is great, which means he has already a working partnership and some kind of a chemistry that's in place, so that's gonna be a lot seamless to work with them. Finally, we are also working closely with Dave Wilson, John Orloff, and Blur Studio on the newest Secret Lair animation, which will devote a whole season to Warhammer 40k. Specifically, the Death Watch. Dave has proven to be a master of his craft. He's the lead on the project, and we are supporting his titanic efforts and helping things line up with the overall universe plan. So that's what I want to read. So he says that has to line up with the overall universe plan. So whatever he's bringing to life, it is gonna be canon. It's gonna be in one cohesive universe, so to speak, and everything's going to be connected. So they're considering the lore as a whole. That's what it means, and they're considering what storyline or element is going to connect with everything else to create this cohesive overall universal plan. So he said a lot without saying a lot. Yeah. So they're working tirelessly with Games Workshop to bring the best, most Warhammer universe that you can possibly imagine. That is exactly what I do believe in, guys.
I like it how he said the most Warhammer universe. That means that it will be the Warhammer universe and not my version of it.
Yes.
As everybody,
because we do have an issue today, guys.
Yeah.
True says that he found the local Horus Rising book in the local bookstore. That's amazing.
And he tried to convince someone to buy it for his birthday. Nice.
That's nice. Okay, so I just want to say before we get to the comments, guys, that the only person that's gonna express himself this way is a fan. Okay.
Yeah.
If I am doing Warhammer right now as a huge fan, I would say I will say the same thing. I will bring you the most Warhammer universe that you have ever seen. Okay? That's exactly what I would say. So the reasons that I am not skeptical about this universe, again, is everything that I do know about Henry Cavill, his track record, how he approaches everything that he does with so much love and care and attention to detail. If he was just let to lead The Witcher as a show, if he was actually the showrunner and also star in it, we would have so close adaptation, you have no idea. I mean, if he was fan of the Odyssey, I would say hire Henry Cavill to bring the Odyssey to life.
I would watch him as Odysseus.
Oh, well, he was gonna be a mainly Odysseus, man. And he's like that perfect, how he looks. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, first, Elon Musk, call Mel Gibson to call Henry Cavill. Like, do it.
He already played ancient mythological Greek character.
He played an ancient warrior, guys, in Immortals, which was not a good movie, but he was very young then. That was not his fault. So let's see what you guys are saying. What did I miss? So Kujo says, as long as Henry is involved in the project, I don't really care which story they decide to tell. But if he gets removed or leaves the project, it's all over. I don't think that that's possible. Yeah. They will have zero idea what to do without him.
Zero idea what to do.
Zero idea. And they want this to succeed. So the other thing is that seeing the whole how Amazon is handling things, it's very obvious by all the projects that they failed and they did not fail, that whoever is behind the creative force is actually having the say of whether or not they are going to interject woke stuff or not. They do have quotas to fulfill, but they are not fulfilling them every time.
Yeah.
So this is not like a law that they have
No.
based on
Yeah.
what we can see.
Also, I think that Jeff Bezos finally wants money. So
Also, yeah, we do hear we did hear some information from Amazon that Jeff Bezos saw how the Rings of Power went and how
Yeah.
they were received. Although they did had contract from the very beginning, so they
have
have to fulfill
contract
that.
for 5 seasons. That's
That's
why
why
the
they're still
stupid show
going.
continues. Yes.
Yeah, but he
That,
did
that's why.
saw
But
the
he's seeing
era of
what
the
is
Wiz.
happening. Yeah. Indeed.
So, and I think he's a fan of Warhammer or something like that. I heard,
Oh, nice.
but I'm not sure. I
I
gotta
hope so.
check. Also on the He-Man, he was a fan of He-Man.
Oh yeah. About him,
Saw-
yeah.
He also saw the failure of Star Wars at Disney
Mm-hmm.
and the failure of Star Trek at Paramount. And he believes, along with GW and Henry Cavill, that Warhammer 40k could easily be the premier science fiction IP and replace those two. So
Indeed.
that's what his goal is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now it's the moment to kick the big two in the nuts and say there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah. Also, isn't
So-
it Fallout a good adaptation? Because very successful, people love it. Like I heard people love it. That
Fallout?
hey, what?
All the Fallout. I was not I didn't play Fallout, but all the Fallout people that I've talked to were extremely disappointed with it.
Oh, I heard the opposite. Weird. But Cervantes says
So
that
the one
no,
also
no,
said, yeah, not adapted
it's
well.
not adapted well. But
Maybe again as adaptation sucks, but maybe people who are not familiar with the game just like the show, and maybe that's it.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Fallout, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I probably
Wouldn't know,
just evaluate it in terms of quality of a show if I watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm also not big Halo player, but I know things about Master Chief. So the moment I saw in that show that he takes his helmet off, and I was, I'm just taking off now. That's it. Yeah. No, just no. It's like making a Judge Dredd to take off his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Mhm.
All right. I was thinking about something and I just forgot my train of thought. Just hold on.
There were some comments that we can.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hi to Alex G Green. Love 40k is not gonna make a good TV show story. Why?
Yeah, he says what.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, why? Yeah, my opinion for sure, but it's the subtle and
Subtle.
the green darkness of the future. There's only war. Only war makes great action, maybe a movie, but the TV series doesn't have a lot of room for character development or plot. Why?
I
We have
think
a
the
ton of
opposite.
plot and
I
character
think the opposite.
development
If
of all
it's a
the
TV show,
characters.
you have more time to develop
Yeah, you
those
have
things. If
so
it's a
much
movie,
time. Yeah.
you do just action, but Warhammer is not just the action. It's not just explosions and we. How you in a movie? Maybe after the TV show establishes things, and then you can have
Then you
like a
can
spin-off
have
movie or things like
established
that.
characters
Yeah.
in the movie as well, and then
Yeah.
you have the character development there. But there is this way of writing characters that we saw throughout many TV shows that were actually good,
Mhm.
and movies in which they show the character in such ways, in terms of filming, the scenes, and the storytelling overall, that you know exactly who they are without much exposition. That's a
Yeah.
technique, that's a filmmaking technique that you can see in many good shows. Exactly. I mean, again, example Xena.
Yeah.
When you see a character in Xena, you see through their actions who they are and what they're doing. You see perfectly what they're capable of and who they really are. For example, I mean, there's many examples, but there's one character that shows only in 2 episodes of Xena, and the way that this technique is presented there through this character, basically she's a evil character, but you don't recognize that from the beginning. You see how she acts, what good that she does, but this good is covered with the evil that is actually intended. And throughout this whole thing, her arc evolves through the characters that she interacts with and her actions. At the end, it's revealed who actually she really is and what is actually her idea. But by that point, and this is 45 minutes of an episode, you absolutely perfectly know who that character is. The character development is done to perfection, to a T. So you have absolutely zero doubt about her. So that's how you do character development. You don't need the exposition. You need to show the character and to develop it around how they act, their story, what is told, and how other characters see them. That's the art of storytelling, actually.
Yeah.
So good people, I mean, good writers, good storytellers will use those methods to give you the best character development. We don't need a ton of time with the character for character development. We need the right technique for character development. That's what we need.
Yeah, also they can do action great. Let's not forget that TV shows now are a much bigger thing than they were in the 90s with the lower budget. This is Amazon. They have the budget to do great action scenes. Also, Henry is becoming like an action star himself, you know, with that In the Gray, what was it, action movie?
We gotta
Before
watch
that,
that.
with the Ministry of some type of Gentleman, you know, those Guy Ritchie action movies.
Man from
Highlander,
Uncle.
Highlander.
Yeah, Man
You
from
know,
Uncle way before
Man
that.
from Uncle, yeah, even The Witcher, you know, he still fight with the sword and things. So I think that they're going to have great action scenes. And plus, Amazon has the money, you know.
Yeah. I mean, even when you see the GW animation that they started with and the Angels of Death series, you have enough of character development of all the Astartes throughout that series, and you get an idea of who they are. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it is what it is with the material. So we have different material that's gonna be adapted differently by different people if you hire more talented people. Because later the series that are now, the Warhammer series that are now, are amazing. You know, we recently watched the Sisters of Battle series that I did covered here, the whole 3 episodes, only 3 episodes, unfortunately. But in those 3 episodes, you get perfect idea of who the sisters are, each and every one of them, how much of an asshole they are. I mean, how they think, why they act the way that they do, and it's pretty interesting, pretty fascinating actually to behold. And we do have to watch the Eldari show. So, Mati, account details later.
Yeah.
I logged out. I don't know how. So, if that's also done right, I see no. I mean, this is only an animation. In live action, should be the same thing in terms of storytelling quality,
Absolutely, yeah.
if not better. So these shows are not done by some amazing Hollywood studio, and Henry Cavill is not there, but they're still very good shows. What GTAR is putting out now with the
Much better
Warhammer
than
Plus
when they
shows.
started, yes.
So that's why I have like zero reason to think that they cannot have enough of character development in this exact technique. We have seen character development done very badly in other TV shows that don't have this way of storytelling, and they feel that they have to have a lot of exposition for character development, which is not character development, just annoying
It's just
exposition.
annoying exposition, yeah.
So there's absolutely no reason to believe that they're gonna go in that route, which is very bad, instead of the other one, which is actually superior in every single way. So yeah. Hi to
Hello to Kyo-san Riot.
yes.
It could be bigger and better than Game of Thrones. A lot of big name actors are interested in this. Oh, of course, it could be bigger than. I think it's bigger than better anyway.
I mean,
Yes.
we think that's bigger and better in any kind
Yeah,
of a way.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Saravan says too funny like how Bethesda made. It's not edgy like the turn-based games, or does not have the Mad Max theme like the old games. They
You're talking
even
about Fallout.
retcon the nuke incident in Fallout lore. Ah, okay.
So not a good adaptation.
Dave Bautista as Kratos, yeah or nay?
Uh,
No, no, no. He's too old.
He's too old.
He's too old.
We
His head is too round.
Can't have a good project, a
And
long project without, yeah.
His physique already declined a lot.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
I mean, that guy that they picked for Kratos, that he had to leave the show because he got injured. We actually see him already how he acts in
He was
in
in
the
the
Odyssey.
yeah.
Well, he had a very small role there, so he was basically no one of note.
Oh, he was the guy called Mentor, from which the word mentor comes.
Ah,
yeah.
Now, he was the mentor, but
he was the mentor.
Nothing of
Supposedly, in the book, it was supposed to be Athena taking shape of him, but since we have no Athena here,
Yeah.
Anyway,
He looks like every generic Viking actor from
Yeah,
Vikings. So I would pick anybody else that's actually a bit
yeah,
more Kratosy.
yeah.
So
No,
there's that.
but this is too old, really. No,
Yeah, but this is
by
true.
this point, yeah.
Let's bring somebody in their 30s at least. I
At
mean,
least, yeah.
because they plan to film a longer series. Sant, I know that you came in, but you went up. Yes, Matty?
No, I was just giggling at what you said.
Ah, okay. He could still work as markers from Phoenix from Gears. Sure.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not aficionado of Gears of War, so I can't tell you. But they all have heads that are look like just like a square. So I guess.
I mean, a lot of people now say about speaking about Henry and Highlander, he's going to play the Kurgan.
In Highlander.
Batista, yeah, in Highlander. He said that that's his favorite villain, actually, ever since he watched the original movie. A lot of people say, oh, he can't be as good as Clancy Brown. And I say, let's give him the chance now. He could work as that now. So I think that, again, Henry knows, just like he said, who is going to be Ramirez for the Silk Road, he knows who has to be a really good villain. So I hope it will be okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Batista could totally work for many things when you give him the direction. Just he's
he
not the
still
right
has
age
to
for
look the
Kratos, I
part,
would say.
okay?
Yeah.
He still has to look the part. There's
Mhm.
so many other actors that could be great for Kratos.
Sure.
And
Look, man, as long as he's white,
has to be
everything will
white
be okay.
as hell. And he's gonna be more white because his body is covered in the ashes of his dead family.
Exactly. Yeah, we can't take Christopher Judge to play him just because he's the voice, you know.
You. No.
No.
Okay, guys. So bottom line, we got great news. Great news today.
Things are moving forward, unlike what other people said, as we said several times. You know.
Yeah, I truly believe that Henry's gonna deliver the Warhammerest series ever because he did said so. He literally said so there.
Truth says, I mean, literally, Marcus looks like Prime Batista in that. Yeah, but Batista doesn't look like Prime Batista.
Yeah,
that's the problem. True.
Doesn't look like. Yeah,
Otherwise,
he
you're
does.
totally right.
Yeah,
he does. But Batista doesn't look like Prime Batista.
Maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, 15,
indeed.
20 actually. Okay, so again, to finish this up, amazing, and
Indeed, yeah.
I'm just getting more positive about it.
Absolutely.
Not more
in
negative.
Henry Cavill, we believe.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean,
We do.
I believe that he collect the right people, the right talent. He's going to keep whoever has to be kept on a leash there, you know. Nothing is going to be interjected. Sure, we might see a small glimpse, let's say someone in the beginning of a custody take the helmet
And it's a woman.
and it's a woman. If it's only that, guys, let's not burn the pitchfork the whole show. It could be just that. You know?
It could be just that.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
If nothing else is in your face.
I hope
really.
It's not anything more than this.
No,
Yeah.
really. If as people said, if he gets removed from the project, I think that they'll just mess everything up. It will become Rings of Power.
Nobody can handle this.
But nobody can handle this. Yeah.
This is very specific.
They know that they need a fan to steer the ship. You know.
Okay, so last point because you just brought it up and I just thought about it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Synchro.
Yeah. So. Henry Cavill is overly qualified for this because the nature of Warhammer. So, first of all, you gotta love Warhammer 40k. He does. Second of all, he has his whole life of experience with Warhammer 40k. And who has that? Who else in Hollywood that has enough Hollywood experience that is actually a genuine fan of Warhammer all by himself? Without being pushed or have an incentive to be a fan or whatever the case may be, he is proven to be a Warhammer fan. He said that he since he was 10, he started collecting and reading and participating in Warhammer in whichever way he could. He's also a gamer, so he played the games. Who else is more qualified? What, Matty?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel was what?
He's a Warhammer fan. He plays Warhammer. He plays Blood
Really?
Angels.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's Vin Diesel.
No, I'm sorry, not Blood. Yeah, Blood Angels. He plays Blood Angels.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
So maybe we can just bring him to
Maybe we can
participate.
bring him to some. Yeah.
But the point is that that Henry read so many books. He read probably most of the books. Who else that is in Hollywood, is handsome, is not woke, is you know, has a grasp of the whole universe and a very well understanding, because he did prove that whatever he loves, he actually understands it,
And
which
also
is very important.
he wants to bring it the correct way as it is. He doesn't want to bring his version or his vision of it.
That's very
Nolan.
important.
The
Nolan.
only other
Nolan.
person that I could have said has passed away, and that would have been Robin Williams.
Damn it.
Robin
Yeah.
Williams has been playing. He played Warhammer 40k like since its beginning. He was always into minis and painting. He had like 3 2,000 point armies or something like that. Like,
That's amazing.
Amazing.
yeah, he was like, his wife still has all of his collection.
Oh boy. That's great.
I think actually that what everything that we said about Henry, I think that he's more qualified than even Kevin Feige. What's the difference? Kevin Feige is actually not that much of a fan of those things of the super. I mean, he's a superhero fan. Is he a comic book fan? Does he knows the characters? No, he had experience in those movies because he was there back when they did X-Men, the movies, and the Spider-Man. He was part of the production there before he got his idea.
Yeah,
But
he didn't know anything
But
else.
he understood how to do the early movies that were good. But he doesn't understand the core of those characters. How to bring them to that, or if he understands it in the beginning, he lost it somewhere along the way. Henley's more qualified for that. He's not only the movie star with the connection, but he's also a fan, and that's the important thing. Really, it's going to be adapted as it should be, not a version of something. Not somebody thinking, look, this will be our version. You have to do this.
Okay,
No.
let's say it like this then. Let's frame it like this.
Mhm.
So, who else in today's times, who is alive? Who is alive?
Who's alive?
Who is alive?
Not woke.
Not woke, young enough,
Mhm.
and have and he's also old enough to be participating in a very young age in Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
He's British, so he is from the country that Warhammer is,
Created.
created. Yeah.
No.
And he also, most important part is that yes, he does have all the knowledge, but it's not only that, he understands it. It's
He
very important
understands it,
because
yeah.
there are so many fans of so many things in this world, and if the correct people are not chosen to work on a project, I mean, correct people meaning that they don't understand what they're fan of, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Absolutely.
Like, we are fans of, Marvel and DC and Warhammer, obviously. And I have literally roots in understanding literature and what authors want to say, like reading between the lines, understand the psychology of why something is written and how is it written. I'm all very good on those things. So that's why when I started with Warhammer 40k, I got into it so fast because I was watching people that don't understand 40k. I was watching Bricky and other people because fans are just slamming me with videos to react to them. Just react to that, Empress. React to this. React to that. Actually, I was not called the Empress yet at the beginning, because then people said you should be called the Empress now because you are like one of the fewest girls that are actually involved seriously in this. And I'm like, I agree.
That actually looks like a girl.
There's others, but
okay, the ones that I have seen, they
I'm
don't look
covering
like
very mature, interesting things, and other girls just react to Warhammer. It's totally different. I started reacting to that because people wanted me to do that, but then I got so interested and got into the lore. But the point is that even when I watch freaking Bricky, and those reactions are, of course, still here, and reacted to his millions of views videos, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, and that doesn't make any sense. The way that he's speaking about the factions and how he is explaining some things, just from a literature standpoint and from what I already know from other universes, something just didn't make sense. And I was right later when I checked everything, and I was right about so many things automatically. So even if I didn't know 40k at the beginning, I was so in it, and I was so in tune with it that I started to understand it very easily. And then when I started reading all the books, and people started to slam me with books. Here, this Empress, read this, read this. I'm like, books. Yes, thank you. Oh,
Books,
another
yeah,
one. Thank you so
another
much. Woohoo! That's how it was. Uh, everything that I already thought of was confirmed. So it's very important, whoever is dealing with 40k, in this case, we're talking about 40k, but with everything, DC and all those things, to understand the universe, to understand the characters. So nobody is more qualified than Henry also in that regard, which is most important. Because if you don't have a core understanding of Warhammer and what it actually is, you'll never actually bring it to life correctly. We already know how many other creators are still talking bullcrap and citing old information about Warhammer, like the satire thing and the overall fascist, whatever it is, Warhammer, without taking the nuance into account. They're just slamming labels on it, no nuance, no whatsoever. How many people do that? Like so many people, like half of the people, sometimes more. And let's say take Arch, for example, who actually I could work with Arch at some point, but his assistant co-host contacted me to be on the show, and then they just stopped. She just stopped talking to me entirely. I'm not sure why.
Maybe she saw a video in
Maybe
which you call him out.
Maybe, but I gotta be myself. I mean, I know that I'm gonna have a future opportunity if I'm actually on Archer's show, but what he said was bullshit. So I can't be sitting here like kissing his ass in advance, kissing his ass in advance, and be like, I'm not gonna call you out on this because I wanna be on your show.
If he invites you to your show, you also give your perspective. That's the thing. You be honest.
I'm not gonna attack him. I'm not gonna attack him. I'm not gonna kiss up to him.
I mean,
but I'm just gonna be myself.
I don't like his style in videos and things like that. I do agree with him only about videos when he makes things about the Cape Crusader and things like that. But I saw it before that, and I say, okay, here you're right. Yeah. That's an example actually of an Amazon show that you give the keys to the show
to the creators,
and in that show we have only, and people will say it's like the animated series back because it's Bruce Timm. Bruce Timm became idiot long time ago, and people forget that the Batman the Animated Series was great because there were 3 people steering the ship. It was Bruce Timm, who was normal back then probably, or the other 2 kept him normal. Paul Dini, the writer of most of the episodes actually, and the characters there, and Eric Radomski, who was the producer. Without the other 2 guys, you have Cape Crusader, which is horrible woke show now. And he did what happens. You see how this person lost somewhere along the way the understanding of the character, of who Batman is. We have Black Mr. Freeze, for goodness sake, anyway. Most of the characters now are women. The Riddler doesn't do riddles. He riddles you with bullets.
Yeah, great stuff.
What the hell? Okay,
and we are carrying
it's preachy all the time. And another example for here, what happens if Amazon doesn't have the correct people, but they do have it in Henry Cavill.
It's a great example that they do leave the creative control to whoever it is, whether that be good or bad. So they do that. They left all the creative control to Invincible creator. So he did his stuff. I mean, he did the show just like the comic books 90% of the time.
It's some questionable changes, but they work as the adaptation has to, because
But other than that, it's like 90%.
Other than that, everything else is as it should be. Salavana is asking you about Major Q.
I did call out Major Q as well.
That's true, yes. That happened.
It was on 2 or 3 occasions actually, because his steroid video and the fact that he supported a creator that just stole his content, and then he decided to kiss her ass after that. And the other thing was the Pontius conflict. I invited Pontius to talk about that. The conflict.
Yeah, indeed.
3 times basically. Okay, we do gotta go though. I wanted to create another stream for Asmongold.
Okay.
If we can do that, I can do that. Like in 10 minutes, we can just continue with Asmongold basically. Because otherwise, I want to do just separate stream for
Separate stream for
Asmongold.
it. Okay.
It's a 30-minute video. He actually gets into Warhammer, which is very interesting to watch. We haven't watched it. I just saw what the video was about. So it's very funny to react to that. So we're gonna do that in maybe 15-20 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna watch
We'll
it.
be back, I guess. Then.
We're gonna try to talk over it and not talk after it, so it's not like a long stream. Okay, so let us know what you think, guys, in the comments. Your hopes and dreams for the 40k show. Very good news once again, and I'll keep covering these news. So yeah, see you in about 15 minutes, guys. And thank you so much, Matty, actually, for being here.
You're welcome, Empress.
Thank you. Actually, you know what I can do before we go? I can just make the stream now so I can send you there immediately.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be better for everybody. So just give me a
To
second.
rate ourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna rate ourselves. Just give me a second here. Ooh. I was gonna say, what is this doing here? That's our show. Okay, so let's see. Asmongold. Oh gosh, he looks gross. I don't know why.
He does live in his attic.
Yeah, he does live in his attic, the man. I'm just gonna use a random picture, then I'm gonna fix it in post later. Okay, we got it.
Fix it in post, like they fixed the Superman suit, but they didn't fix it.
Oh yeah.
Post, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, there's a new information speaking about Superman, but basically somebody released, I don't know how true it is, but somebody released that James Gunn actually said to David Cornswet to fuck off. when he was questioning him. Eventually he said, shut the fuck up or something like that.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm actually kind of sure that it's true.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
Poor David.
Yeah. He could be a good Superman,
Yeah,
but no.
Indeed.
So, almost done.
Yes, Ravana says, isn't Bruce Timm the penciler for Batman the Animated Series? Well, the artist, the style, the art style, but he also did things about producing and the direction of the show. But Eric Radomski and Paul Dini were the main engine. Let's say it like that. And Truth is saying it actually. Compare Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight, and you can tell the absence of Paul Dini is noticeable. Yes, every time you don't have Paul Dini,
it's ruined.
It's ruined, yeah.
It's absolutely ruined.
He understands the characters better.
Absolutely. Almost done. And fix it in post. Okay. I mean the thumbnail and all those things. Done.
Nice.
We do need like a 5-minute break and we're just gonna start a new stream. I do have to fix the layout, some things to prep. Okay, the new stream is prepped, guys. I'm gonna send you there right now and I'm gonna post the tiers if anybody still wants to see live cosplay. And we gotta make a fun, especially for Sisters of Battle, so I can actually cosplay that.
Oh yeah, that would be a nice fun too.
Some of you can make this possible. Okay. And this is absolutely already. Okay, let me send you there now. And we can continue with reacting to Asmongold and his silliness, I guess.
And maybe give him a bottle of soap or something.
Yeah, a lot of bar of soaps. That's good.
A whole factory.
Can I rate myself from here? Let me reload the page. It should
Can
happen.
We actually do that?
Yeah, hold on. Should happen. Just hold on to your butts. Here it is. I didn't see it. Yeah. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, guys, ending the stream right now and see you there in a little bit. So yeah, bye bye.